Hey guys, in today's video I will be showing you guys atomic DPS. I will be giving you one loadout for melee, so stuff for like alerts, duos, single player, and then I will be giving a mid-range loadout which works really well in raids and elite raids if you're very careful, and then your third loadout will be your max range loadout for atomic. So let's begin. So with atomic DPS, it's all about your combos, and you need to do your combos, get your aura as quick as you can to maximize your damage. Okay, let me go to the watchtower and I will go to the war room where I will show you all the different loadouts and how I've spec'd and what artifacts I have used and so on and vice versa. Okay, let's head over to the war room. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and switch to my DPS armory. There we go. So now this loadout is a mid-ranged loadout, and I have set my combat parser to, I believe, every 10 seconds. So every 10 seconds it'll show my DPS and what crits I did get from it. So let's get right into it and I'll show you the numbers. This is without any buffs. So in the current effects I have no buffs at all, and my might is 36.2k. These are artifacts: solar amplifier, don't know how to pronounce that, scrap of soul cloak, and bottled city soda. And my mods are on the average of 217 across the board. These I haven't got the DPS ones yet, but with these it'll give me that extra 3% of might and precision, so this number will be higher for some. Okay, so with this loader, as you can see, I am using thermochemical explosion because I am of course going mid-range. Let's begin. So I do my combo, hit this, hit my third power, then hit Giga Blast. So you saw the crits right there, 31.4k 2 times. So there's my damage parser, 9923 a second, 99.2k damage in 10 seconds, and the highest crit was 31.4k. So that's the mid-range loader. Okay, let's head over here and I will show you the melee loader. So the only thing I'm gonna change here is I'm gonna change Giga Blast and use Fracture instead. So this loadout is good for alerts, duos, and low level raids. Please notice I said low level raids. If you want to do this in elite, that's totally up to you, but you will end up dying. So if you're dead, how can you DPS? Okay, so let me show you the numbers on this. $25k, as you can see I have done more damage. So in that 10 seconds I was able to do 132k damage, and my highest crit was 30.5. So this loadout is pure melee, constant. As you can see, I'm using a supercharge as well. Okay, let me go and show you the range loadout. So I'm going to use neutron bomb. I'm going to change this and have radiation shower, and let me show you the damage it does then. So the max range is something like this. Get my aura, hit, 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 then go back into there, hit again, go back into there, do it again and again. As you can see, that time I was able to do 133,000, then 111,000 of damage, and another 113. Sorry about the coffee. So I'm doing an average of 100k damage per second. So that's the third loadout, maxed range. Now I'm gonna go back to my first loadout, which is saved in my armory, which is the first one, which is the mid-range one, and I'm going to build up my supercharge so I can show you guys how much it actually hits for. So I'm just gonna normally do my loadout as I would in a raid, so I wouldn't stand that close, of course, somewhere around here, probably behind the boss, not in front where the tank is tanking. Oh, see, I was too far, and I hated when these dummies get stunned for no reason. Let me get my supercharge up, then I'll show you the damage, potential damage this loadout number 1 will have. This may take a while, but there's so many ways to atomic DPS. I've tested out so many different powers to see which one crits, which one doesn't crit, then which one does crit by dazing enemies, and which one crits even higher without dazing enemies. I pretty much tried it all, and I believe these 3 loadouts you can do good damage with. Of course the melee loadout will always do higher damage, but if you don't want to risk your life in elite raids, go mid-range damage, which is this loadout here. I'm just building up my supercharge so I can show you guys how high this actually hits. So I'm not going to use any Omega sodas or any Might sodas. This is purely going to be based off my supercharge, my trinket and my boo pets. So let's have a look. Let me get my aura. Clip, clip. Now my boos. Go back into your combo. Yeah, the guys lost too much health. So as you can see, I was able to hit 202k damage per 10 seconds. Then it dropped down to 167k damage every 10 seconds. So you can see all my boos and my sidekick gives you 4 pets on the field. And if you wanted, you go into your backup. It'll spawn 3 more potential pets on the field, giving you a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 pets hitting your target at the same time. So now you guys can be the judge of what loadout works for you, which one doesn't. But out of all of the atomic DPS powers, Giga Blast is the only power which hits for the hardest. As you can see, I haven't even got my aura up, and it's hitting for 14.4k damage. See what I mean? Then this one here hits for average of 10k. Always average of 10k, but this one hits of course a bit harder. See, 10k, 14.9k, 10k, 14.5k, and again, and again, and again. Oh, critted 21k, and again. So that is why for this loadout I've used this power and then this power, because they both do very, very high damage. As you've noticed through all of my changes in my loadout, this power I have kept the same, and the only one I've changed out is this one for the melee loadout, and then for max range I've just changed it for radiation shower, so then you can safely DPS from a distance and still do good damage. You could still use this power because this still has good range on it. I'll show you what I mean. From here, nope, too far away. From here, there we go. So technically that is still on the edge of mid-range / max range DPS, because you're pretty much far away from the target and you can still do some damage on it, compared to neutron bomb where you can go all the way back down here, even down here, and just DPS from here. I'm sure radiation shower, yeah, it still hits from this distance, so you're perfect for your max range loadout. Okay, let me go over how I have spec'd. Once this live stream is finished, in the comments I'll be putting up all the timestamps for all the different loadouts and so on, so you guys don't get confused scrolling through the video. So let's go over how I spec'd. So first of all, let's go over my artifacts in more detail. The only reason I have used solar amplifier is because of the 5% might buff at the end of 160 rank. That 5% might is a lot of might. And then this one is a average standard might based artifact. Hitting an enemy with your superpower grants you and 7 group members might equal to 1.8% of your health. And then scrap of soul cloak, this allows me to use my supercharge more and more, and it also gives me a might stat, gives me 3% might. And of course this Bottle City soda, if you read in the Red Sun Rush in DPS roll, I get 1% might and precision for 8 seconds. Yeah, it does say 8 seconds. Yeah, it does 8 seconds. So for 8 seconds I get the extra 1% added on top of all of my damage. Let's go over what's happened here. Yeah, so I'll gain additional 2% damage. I have only used this because in some elite raids there's a lot of AoE and you do have your damage reduced below 35 sometimes, so that additional 10% does help, even though you have a healer, but it still helps. And of course for your next socket you would obviously use the escalator might. Okay, this one you can ignore. For this one, this is my PvP. I use my OP items in PvP sometimes. So for DPS I would of course use one of these. Where is it gone? So if you're using the range loader or using neutron bomb, if you're using Giga Beam for the mid range, no, Giga Blast, my bad, ignore what I just said there. So you can use this for your range. You can use that's about it. I think everything else in here is, yeah, that's about it. That's the only thing useful for DPS. So neutral bomb, put it in there if you're using range to give it that extra % power back, so you can spam more of your powers. Of course, in the weapon, your attacks will target 5 other nearby enemies for additional damage. For this, every time you use electron flare, which is this power here, it heals me as well. So a bit of healing in DPS never hurts anyone. Also tumbling master, if I'm in a pickle or the boss comes too close, I can quickly dodge. Of course, my hands has 2% damage. So that's my mods for my gear. Of course, my affinity mods are all tank based. If I really want to tank a very high end elite, I usually change these out by going to my base. So I would have 1% might here for type A, then might again for the C1, I forgot which one it is, but it gives you extra damage. And then the last one you can use to get it targets extra enemies for you when you are DPSing. And as you can see, I have the utility belt. It allows me to summon all of my, well, it says 4, but if you equip 4 you lose your CR. The only reason I still have 259 CR is because of my trinket. I want to make sure all of these boos are at 259 CR, because if they are low they hit for less. So that's why I've used my trinket to set it up like this, so my CR stays intact and I don't lose might. Because I'll show you now, my CR is 259, and if I equip my 4th boo, which is here somewhere, it is hiding from me. Okay, where you gone, boo pet? Did I delete it? Sure, I don't think I did. There you are, hiding from me. As you can see, I've dropped down by 3 CR, and the might has dropped as well. I want to get the maximum might as possible, and if I now spawn these, they will all spawn at a lower CR. They won't do as much damage. Sorry. So that's why I use my trinket. And if you notice, my CR will now go and jump back to 259. So that's how I've set this side up. If you don't have the utility belt, you can use a supply drop, you can use your backup, your orbital strike, that'll take up your 1, 2, then the third one you can have one of these pets which give you extra stats as well, like this one here. These all come from events, so it's very important to do your events and grab trinkets like these to help you DPS. There's loads of them, like this one gives you defense. There's quite a few of them out there. So I even have the Brainiac one, which does decent damage, so you can use this as well. And let me go over my arguments. So of course full might across the board. Well, the rank is slightly low, and you should have, ignore what I have, but here you should have the mighty enchanted coral arguments, adaptive arguments here and here. And once you hit the first rank, you will get 3% might and precision on both. So it'll give you a total of 6% might and precision, which is a lot of increase. I just haven't bothered to do it. As you can see, my 2 OP items gives me a lot of might as well. So 1310 might there, and 2760 might, and I'm not even full elite yet, and my might is around 36.2k. Is there anything else I'm missing? I don't believe I am. So that's my stats right there. I've talked about my loadout, most important thing. So robot sidekick, thermochemical explosion, electron flare, particle beam, and radiation shower, and neo venom boost. This gives you a lot of damage increase. I'll kind of explain how good this is. The supercharge cost doesn't even cost much. I would definitely recommend this, having this in the loadout. This does more damage than what heat fusion would. So that was your ranged loadout. Let me move away from these bots so I can change my loadout and go over my mid-range loadout, which is that one there. Exactly the same, but the only thing I've changed is Giga Blast. So you need to be mid-range for Giga Blast to hit the enemy and crit. So that is again robot sidekick, thermochemical explosion, electron flare, particle beam, Giga Blast, and neo venom boost for your mid-range. Now for your melee, I would just change that and put fracture, and there's a melee loadout. For your range loadout, it's totally up to you. If you want to still stay mid-ranged, use thermochemical explosion. If you want to go max range, use neutron bomb. It's totally down to you as an individual on how your DPS style is like, because neutron bomb still crits high, but thermochemical explosion slightly crits higher in raids. It slightly does a bit more damage. So I hope this guide was useful for some of you atomic DPSs out there who are struggling to find a loadout. Hopefully one of these 3 loadouts will help someone, and if you guys do have a suggestion that I might have missed, or something better than what I have as DPS loadouts, please comment away and I will review what you have said, and I will come back with a new video if it does do higher damage. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and please comment, like and subscribe the video, and very soon I will be making a PvP tanking loadout and DPS loadout. There are at least 6 or 7 ways to atomic PvP nowadays. You can either be OP healer or OP DPS and healer, or you can be OP DPS with 2 shields so you never get damaged. Totally down to you how you PvP in atomic. There's so many ways to do it, and that will be my next video. Okay, and that's it. I'm gonna end the stream, and please comment away at what you guys think of the video, any improvements I might need to make. Yeah, see you guys, have a fun day. playing DC.